you know. So and some of the people were involved in the kitchen department, so they make a nice cake, you know, for so-and-so's birthday. So there's like 150 people on the tour, so there's like 365 days in a year, so the odds are like every second or third day it'll be somebody's birthday. So at one point in the interview, so I outlawed celebration of birthdays because it was sort of like he thought it was a distraction from a focus on the preaching. Every time they would sing the birthday song in English and Polish and Russian. I even learned the Polish version of the birthday song and they sang it so many times. so it could get too frivolous, you know. If you got it to be too much of a family atmosphere, it could get frivolous. So because there's like so many religions which are really just social clubs. People just go there on Sunday and they hang out with their friends, and, you know. And the content, the spiritual content of what goes on is minimal. So that could happen. So basically, we just have to be conscious. Try to make sure that our different relationships have some relationship to service to Krishna. We hear and chant about Krishna instead of gossip.
I wanted to bring my daughters to the temple, but they're 1 and 3, they're noisy. And I brought them before and it kind of upset the calmness of the temple room. Do you think there's a particular time I should bring them, or just bring them in for 5 minutes and go? Or
well, they shouldn't be there for the class generally, because unless you're so expert. Prabhupada considered, I think it was the duty of the parents to be so expert that they could keep the children quiet during the class. So if you're not on that level yet, then you can't be there during the class. But maybe you can.
Probably I suggested you should.
Or maybe they can play the class. Some places you can hear, like in the manor, you can be in the temple room, or you can hear the class in the outside room. You know. So at least you're not disturbing the speaker and the deities. You know,
because it takes a really long time to come, and then if I only stay for 10 minutes, I'm like...
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. That's interesting. Well, some places they actually have facility for the children to hang out. Like in the Manchester, there's a room upstairs for the kids. You know? So that's another thing somebody can think about. I don't know if it's practical. Or just, you could take the kids to the park and play games with them. You know, or something. Because there's no, I don't know if there is room. Is there a room for kids? I think they'd find one. So, and then you have one of the ladies take care of all the kids, and then you take turns with that lady, you know, or even just part of the program, you know, you each spend half an hour taking care of the kids, and the rest of the time you're the program. You work it out with the other ladies who have kids. But it's good if they come to the temple sometimes, and you know, it's funny sometimes they train up the ladies. You know, train up the kids so even they're like 5 years old and they're off their bases when they come to the temple. Sometimes you have to point them in the right direction. Yeah.
So, can I suggest you have a singles class?
You know, there's some people, like Akura Prabhu, you know, he's really good at giving classes for children, but because I didn't have any children myself. I mean, I did give 1 or 2 classes in my book for children that were okay, but some people are really good at dealing with kids, but I think the people who are really good at dealing with kids should have some kids kind of class sometime, if it's only once a month, or you know, sometime. Because there's some people who are expert at making devotional service fun for kids. And I'm sure in a yatra as large as this one, between here and the manor, you definitely have some people who make Krishna consciousness fun for kids. Because there's so many leelas, like so many Krishna's pastimes are fun just in songs. Like one time I asked the Guru Kulis, you know, sometimes they have like, for programs, they have some kind of icebreaker, you know? So I had this icebreaker, tell what your favorite pastime is about Krishna, you know? And we went around the room. I mean, most of the Guru Kulis, like, their 2 favorite pastimes were Krishna stealing butter, and and then the Nrsimhadev pastime. So it was really interesting. So the Krishna's pastimes are attractive, and people can, who are good with kids, maybe they can dramatize them. And some of the kids, when they're born in devotee families, like sometimes they know all these details about these leelas that even the adults don't know. It's just they heard them so many times. They saw so many Ramayana videos or whatever. Ramayana. So should we end now, or is there any other questions? Krishna? You had another question?
Thank you very much for this class. When I start to read some scriptures, say Bhagavad Gita, I understand very little. Gradually, some things unfold, and you get to this and that thing. I'm just trying to understand what does it depend on. Is it your own intelligence, or Krishna actually? It's Krishna's mercy that gives you the understanding. So all of these things develop.
Yeah, well, it's not. You run into people who, they bought Bhagavad Gita from a book distributor and they started reading it, and they couldn't figure it out at all, And then they met the devotees and they started chanting Hare Krishna. Because they were chanting Hare Krishna, they could understand. It made sense to them. It was at least interesting to read, and they were learning a few things. And so we have to be engaged in devotional service for it to make sense. Because really, the Bhagavad Gita is about devotional service. So if we're not performing any devotional service, we don't have any practical experience of some of the things that are being talked about. So it won't be as interesting to us or relevant. But and also, our study of Bhagavad Gita is not really just an academic study that we're trying to learn a certain amount of information. It's actually a devotional service called Shravanam, hearing. And even if we don't understand anything at all, it doesn't really matter. Because we become purified just by trying to read Bhagavad Gita. And there's that pastime about that illiterate brahmana who, under the order of his guru, read Bhagavad Gita every day, even though he couldn't really understand it. And then Lord Chaitanya met him, and he was trying to read the Bhagavad Gita but very improperly, but tears were coming from his eyes, and he was in great ecstasy. And Lord Chaitanya said, what part of the Gita is giving you such ecstasy? And he said, well, actually, I can't really read the Gita very well, but whenever I hold the Bhagavad Gita in my hands, I just see Krishna and Arjuna there on the chariot, and Krishna, even though he's the Supreme Personality of God, the source of the whole universe, he took up the position of driving the chariot for his friend Arjuna. And that amazing, friendly quality of Krishna is so wonderful to me that it brings tears to my eyes. And then Lord Chaitanya embraced him and said, you are the actual student of Bhagavad Gita. So he couldn't even read it properly. But just because he tried to under the order of his guru, there's this verse that I used to know really well. Let's see. Yasya deve parabhakti tatadeve tatagaro tasya te kadikalyarta prakashante mahatmana. To one who has complete faith in the guru and in Krishna, all the import of the Vedic literatures are automatically revealed. So basically, we study it every day, whatever Krishna reveals. Also, we hear devotees give lectures on it, and that also gives more insight into it. But it's all progressive in Krishna. As we develop our faith, reveals more and more in our heart. And basically, we can't force Krishna to reveal anything. So it's when he feels like revealing something, it's revealed. But our duty is we should study every day. My Guru Maharaj, Satsrupadas Goswami, wrote one book called Reading Reform Notebook, and he analyzed different statements that Srila Prabhupada made about reading. And some were more and some were less, but he settled on an average of going to the morning class, going to the evening class, and reading on one's own for 1 hour.